Hey everyone, welcome back to my book review vlog. Today I'll be talking about a manga that completely blew my mind, Attack on Titan, Volume 1 by Hajime Isayama. If you're into dark fantasy, survival stories, and intense action, then you're in for a ride. So, this series has gained worldwide popularity because of its amazing world building, shocking twists, and deep themes about humanity, freedom, and fear. So, let's dive right in. So let's start with the author background. So Attack on Titan is written and illustrated by Hajime Isayama, a Japanese mangaka. Born in 1986, he grew up in Oita Prefecture, Japan, where he developed a passion for storytelling and art. Inspired by survival horror and deep philosophical themes, he created Attack on Titan, which was published in 2009. The series quickly became a global hit and was later adapted into an anime, movies, and video games. So, what happens in Volume 1? So, let's start with the summary. So, this first volume introduces us to a world where humanity is forced to live inside a massive wall to protect themselves from terrifying man-eating titans. These giant human creatures appears to have no intelligence and exist only to devour humans. We follow Eren Yeager, a young boy who dreams of seeing the world beyond the walls. He lives in the Shiganshima district with his adoptive sister Mikasa Ackerman and their best friend Armin Artlet. However, their peace life is suddenly shattered when the colossal titan, a massive titan, unlikely any seen before, appears out of nowhere and kicks a hole in Wall Maria, the outermost wall. This creates an opening for other titans in swarm and attack the city. As chaos erupts, Eren and Mikasa rush home, only to find their mother trapped under the rubble of their destroyed house. A soldier named Hannes tries to save her but is only overcome by fear and decided to flee with the children instead. In one of the most heart-wrenching moments of the volume, Eren watches helplessly as the Titan grabs his mother and eats her alive. This traumatic event fuels Eren's hatred towards the Titans, and he vows to kill every single one of them. With Wall Maria breached, thousands of survivors are forced to retreat behind the wall rows. So the second layer of the defense that start to run low, and many people starve as humanity struggle to adjust to their striking world. So determined to fight back, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin enlist in the military to train as soldier. Over the next 5 years, they undergo harsh training to prepare for battle against the Titans. Mikasa proves to be an exceptionally skilled fighter, while Armin, despite his physical weakness, he's incredibly intelligent and strategic, and Eren, however, struggles but remains undetermined to one day reclaim the world beyond the wall. So, the volume ends with a time skip, showing that the three have graduated from training and are now about to face the Titans for the first time. Just as they begin their first mission near Walrus, the Colossal Titan suddenly appears again, signaling another battle for survival. So let's move on to the major conflicts in Volume 1. So this volume introduces several powerful conflicts that drive the story forward and make it so engaging. So the first conflict is man versus Titan. Humanity is fighting for its survival against terrifying creatures that they barely understand. The fall of Val Maria is a devastating blow, forcing humans into a desperate struggle. Second is Eren versus the Wolves. While most people see the wall as protection, Eren sees them as a prison. He refuses to accept living in fear and wants to reclaim the world beyond. Third is Eren versus his own emotion. Eren is consumed by rage and trauma after witnessing his mother's brutal death. His deep hatred for the Titan fuels his action, but will his recklessness and thirst for revenge become his downfall? Fourth and last one is society versus fear. After the attack, many people choose to accept their limited lives behind the walls, believing that there's no hope. This reflects a real life struggle. When faced with fear, do we fight back or simply accept our situation? So, and let's move on to the next portion of this blog, why I choose this book. I choose Attack on Titan for my book review because it resonates with the world we live in today. Think about it. In recent years, we've seen how isolation and fear can shape our lives, just like how humanity in Attack on Titan is forced to stay behind the wall for their survival. Many of us experience being confined, fearing the unknown, and questioning the system that governed us. This manga isn't about action, it's about freedom, survival, and pushing beyond the limits set by fear. It makes us reflect on what do we do if we were in a similar situation. Would we be in the people who accept life behind the walls? Or would we be like Eren who chooses to fight for a better future? So, the last part of this plug is my final thought and recommendation. So, Attack on Titan Volume 1 is an explosive start to an incredible series. It's filled with intense action, deep emotion, and shocking moments that keep you on the edge of your seat. The world building is phenomenal, and the characters are layered and realistic. However, I will say that the art style in this volume might not appeal to everyone. It's rough and sketchy, but I think it adds to the dark, gritty atmosphere of the story. Also, if you're sensitive to violence, this manga can be quite brutal. But if you enjoy deep, thought provoking, and stories that question freedom, survival, humanity, then this is a must read for you. So if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it, giving it a try. And if you already read it, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about Aaron's motivation? Do you agree with his ideas, or do you think he's too reckless? I'd love to hear your opinions. And that is it for today's book review. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more book reviews and recommendation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.